Hello, I'm Dr. Ashaye, and you're listening to Connecting the Dots with Dr. Ashaye. So, we've been doing a series on how to lower blood sugar naturally, and I've discussed simple ways to do this, and all of them are free. But as we all know, simple doesn't always mean easy. So, it's a journey, it's not a sprint. It really does take time to make lifestyle changes and to be consistent with them. But the thing is, it only works when we do things, not just when we listen. So if you are one of the thousands that have listened, but you have decided that you're not just going to listen, but you're actually going to implement at least one of the ways to naturally lower your blood sugar, then this episode is for you. So we've talked about this before. Health transformation has to be intentional. Although our bodies are complex, the rules are really quite simple, and we can take full advantage of the body's natural abilities to heal itself. The thing, though, is that there isn't an easy way out, and I know we've all tried to find an easy way out. We often know what we need to do, but we're always, looking for something easy that we can just, if it's a pill, a supplement, a vitamin, instead of just applying using that energy to just apply what we need to do. So let's, if you're one of those people making that decision to start taking full advantage of our body's natural ability to heal itself, I'm going to be sharing some tips to make it easier to actually do the things that we already know to do. So again, none of these things are new, and I'm sure you've heard them before, but if you're not yet doing them, you can make that decision to start today. So this is Connecting the Dots with Dr. Ashaye. I'm Lola Ashaye. I'm a family medicine and lifestyle medicine doctor and owner of In Touch Primary Care in Sugar Land, Texas. And at In Touch, we help people become and remain healthy by giving direct and easy access to the doctor so that they can live fully and enjoy doing what they love. So if you're a business owner, you're an international visitor, you have a high deductible, or let's say you even have health insurance or you don't have health insurance, but you're looking for a proactive doctor, services are perfect for you. So how can one lower their blood sugar naturally without feeling like they can enjoy their life, without feeling limited or frustrated or left out? So the thing about this is what I've found, I've been taking care of patients for almost 15 years now. And the main thing is our mindset. A lot of people, what we call enjoyment is basically, doing things that we're going to pay for later. So we really have to change our mindset about what we call enjoying ourselves, about how we see our bodies. Otherwise, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. So a mindset that understands how we treat our bodies now, that understands that how we treat our bodies now matters a lot, and that will affect everything later is what we all need. We need to remember that what we do now makes a huge difference on what was going to happen to us, how we're going to live in the future. So if we have that mindset, it can help. The other thing about it is, making a commitment to do what needs to be done right now and knowing that you're not doing it for nothing. The things that you do now to keep yourself healthy is worth starting now because it's going to pay off. It pays off. It may not pay off right away, but it definitely pays off over time. It's easier to change our mindset when we're surrounded by people that have the right mindset, the mindset that we want. So if you're trying to change your mindset, let's say right now, enjoying yourself means eating unhealthy, eating out all the time, maybe putting harmful substances in your body, knowing that, that huge cake for dessert every night is not a good idea, but you're doing it anyway, and you're having a hard time, not doing it. Well, you want to surround yourself with people that don't have a hard time, people that are eating healthy, that are physically active, people that are doing things to keep their stress at bay, people that prioritize sleep. And you can surround with people from books, you can surround with people from, information like this. You can find a health team, a doctor, nutritionists, people that have the mindset that you're trying to attain, and surround yourself with those types of people and that kind of information. And over time, the mindset will change. And remember, it's not going to be all at once. It's one step at a time, meeting one small goal after the other, and then you find yourself at your goal. It's actually today, I had a patient in our healthy weight program who had lost over 30 pounds, and she didn't even know. I had to point it out to her because it wasn't all at once. It took her time to get there. And she didn't even, she was surprised when she found out how far she had come. But consistent action pays off. The problem is, for a lot of time, for us, it takes time, but it happens. It just takes longer for many people than we want it to be. But okay, let's get right into it. So tip, how can we make it easier? So we're talking about naturally lowering our blood pressure. Listen to the previous videos about specific things that you can do to lower your blood pressure naturally. But in order to make it easier for those things to work, I want to share a couple of tips. So tip one is track your blood sugar. So another patient of mine in the Healthy Weight program who happens to also have diabetes, she'd been tracking her blood sugar by pricking her finger, and I'd been trying to convince her to do the continuous glucose monitoring just to see what the sugars are in real time. Well, she agreed to do this last month, and this month, not only is the blood sugar much better controlled, her weight has lowered by much more than it had in the past within a month. And this is because when you're tracking and when you're tracking something closely, you're able to see in real time what things affect your blood sugar. And because of that, you can make adjustments quickly. So typically, it's helpful to check your blood sugar before you eat anything in the morning. So that's what we call your fasting blood sugar. It's helpful to check it 2 hours after each meal because that's the random blood sugar that tells you what we have goals for that. So for most people, your random blood sugar should be less than 180. For most people, your fasting blood sugar should be less than 130. But this is not for everyone. You always want to check with your doctor what your personal goals are because sometimes it's different depending on the person. But that's usually when you're asked to check your blood sugar. But there are other things that affect blood sugar, like how much physical activity you're involved in, if you got enough sleep or not, whether you're stressed or not. And by tracking your blood sugar with continuous glucose monitoring, you can start to see that. You can start to see what happens after you exercise. You can see what happens on the days you don't get enough sleep. You can see what happens when you're stressed, and you start to learn how your body personally reacts to different triggers, and it helps you make adjustments faster. So of course, you can do this by, pricking your finger and checking your blood, but it's a lot harder. And that's why the continuous glucose monitoring is helpful. And I even encourage my patients that have prediabetes to do this because it gives them a great feedback. It's a great feedback tool to help them understand what behaviors they may be engaging in that may be affecting their blood sugar so that they can reverse prediabetes and prevent diabetes. Okay, so before I share the second tip, thank you to all of those who have subscribed. Really, truly appreciate it. You guys have been amazing. You've been helping, you've liked, you've put in comments, and this really just helps other people get this information, and this information can really help improve the health of people. So please continue to help spread the word. You can subscribe, share, and like. It's really a small action that can make a big difference for someone out there. So thank you so much for your support. Okay, so my second tip this week is track your plan. Again, another simple action. All you need for this is pencil and paper or a notebook if you're old school. If you are more, tech savvy, maybe your phone or some app or a watch or something. But whatever you do, whatever action you've decided to take, whether it is you want to nourish your body by eating healthier, whether it's you want to concentrate more on physical activity, you want to be more consistent with doing something specific for stress reduction, you want to prioritize your sleep, whatever it is that you've decided, try to track it because that will help determine quickly where you are and how close you are to your goal. And there's something about writing things down. It really just makes things more likely to get done. A lot of books and information about goal setting tells you that, we're much more likely to do something when we write it down. So if you have not already, don't leave whatever action you've decided to take hanging in your mind. Make a specific plan, and if this is your first time listening to me, or this is the first video you're listening to, your plan could be as simple as, I'm going to go back and listen to the previous 4 videos. I'm just going to do 1 video a week or 1 video a day for the next 4 days or for the next 4 weeks. And then I'm going to choose 1 action item, and I'm actually going to, make a plan from that. So that's a start. What if, let's say you already know what you want to do, or you already know what to do. You can say you're trying to nourish your body. Your plan could be like, half my plate is going to be filled with a salad for 1 meal a day for the next month. And then I'm going to evaluate how I feel, how I'm doing, how I am health-wise. Or if your plan is to increase your physical activity, you can say, okay, I'm going to walk 10 minutes 6 times a day, 6 times a week for 1 month. I'm just going to do 10 minutes for 1 month. And I'm going to reevaluate how I feel after a month and see if this works for me. So tracking is so important because when we find something, when we track and we see that something works, it really reinforces our, it helps us want to do it more. It just, there is something. And while we're tracking too, when we're checking things off, there's something very satisfying about checking it off your list that it got done, and it encourages us to keep going. So remember, track your blood sugar, track your plan. Those 2 simple tips can make it a lot easier for you to actually do some of this quote unquote simple things, free things that I've mentioned that naturally lowers your blood sugar. So as I mentioned, you've heard this before, but putting them into practice makes all the difference. So if you haven't already, make that decision now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Have a concrete plan, write it down, and don't forget to always discuss whatever you're doing with your own personal doctor. But if you don't have a doctor and you're in the Houston area, or if you have diabetes or any other condition and you're looking for a doctor that is proactive about your health, well, we're here at In Touch Primary Care. You can learn more about our services on our website, intouchprimarycare.com. You can call us 713-280-9985, and we look forward to helping you on your journey to a better health. So diabetes is a serious condition and it really can lead to many complications, but at the early stages especially, it can be reversed. We can take full advantage of the body's natural ability to heal itself. So you can make a quality decision to at least take a step. You'll be preserving your organs, you'll be reducing your risk for many serious conditions, and you feel so much better. You have more energy, you can be more productive, and you just can truly enjoy life for real. Not, when we talk about enjoying life, you can actually enjoy your life. These are priceless. So I hope that helps. And I will see you next week.